Matt, I go to you first because set the stage for us on what we've seen so far with car sales. I mean, we're supposed to, hit about 17 million?
Yeah, 17.3 million is what our survey puts the SAAR, the seasonally adjusted average rate, this month. And actually, it's a pretty positive picture if you look at the results compared to analyst estimates. Because you see here, Ford down 1.3%. We were expecting Ford sales, as far as unit sales, to drop 3.1%. So that's actually better than the estimate. In fact, GM and Chrysler were both better than the estimate as well. So it's not that mixed a picture. It's just been a great year last year, and it's going to continue to be a great year, it looks like this year, at a sales rate of about 17 million.
Okay, so Istvan, what does that mean then for Shell?
Well, it's clearly good news when we see sales data, which is positive. As you mentioned, I'm looking after our retail network in the world in 45,000 gas stations in 80 countries. I would be very happy to see this kind of sales data all around the place.
You look like you're about to pump some gas, by the way.
You've
got the Shell uniform on.
You would be surprised, but we do. Every quarter we do. And nobody knows what my real job is, because that's my job on the day. It's important to do that, yeah. And because then you hear the real feedback from the real customers.
But of course, the low prices at gas stations, at all gas stations of all brands, are one of the reasons that we have seen such a strong month in May, because these low gas prices are allowing Americans to go out and buy cars that are bigger, SUVs, for example, or pickup trucks, for the 25th month in a row. So more truck sales because of lower and fairly steady gas prices at Shell and other retail gas stations are really helping out.
I just want to test that theory on Istvan here. Is that how consumers think? You have a sense, right, into the consumer sensitivity to the price of gasoline. Do people really look at gas selling for, what, $2.25 a gallon and decide for themselves, damn it, I can go out and buy an F-150 now?
Well, I wouldn't know that, although I lived here in this country and I was running a business, so I would think that people feel more sort of relaxed to go out and buy bigger cars if they see that the trend is a relatively longer period of lower price. Although
one could be the trend over the space of 7-8 years.
It's like, no, absolutely right. And one could be a little bit careful, because as a matter of fact, we don't see a direct and time-wise immediate correlation between fuel sales increase or decrease or car sales increase or decrease when basically you do have a flat or a declining oil price.
I think it's also important to point out, though, that an F-150 now, as opposed to 10 years ago, is fairly fuel efficient, right? They're pushing 30 miles per gallon, and the same is true of Chevy Silverados. So these big trucks are getting the kind of mileage that Honda Accords were getting a decade ago. And the reason I actually contacted Istvan in the first place is because Shell puts out a product that they say provides more fuel efficiency and also allows your engine to run smoother. You see, people have been calling me or emailing me for years asking, what gas should I use? Is one better than the other? So I've kind of looked into it. I talked to some engineers at car makers. I talked to an expert from AAA, for example, and they said indeed that the better detergents that are added to a gasoline mix really improves the fuel efficiency and the endurance of an engine over time.
Okay, but I will say that, so I buy gas all the time, right? I have 2 cars, I drive in the suburbs.
You don't pay attention to the brand.
I don't pay attention to that. All I pay attention to is who has cheaper gas on the 4 corners where there's gas stations, right?
So basically in the premium segment, so the people who are driving cars which requires premium gasoline, we do see that more customers are loyal to a brand than typically for regular fuels. But as a matter of fact, it's not as strong as it should be. So one of the reasons why we brought this game-changer product to the market, Shell V-Power Nitro Plus Premium Gasoline, which essentially protecting the engine against 3 engine threats. Gunk, which is a carbon deposit, which is a big problem. Also corrosion, which is a problem in the long run. But also engine wear, Matt was talking about. What is unique about this is that this is now a combined formula, a proprietary formula with 2 different detergents.
Do you advertise that? Because then why are people calling Matt Miller if they don't know what
Well, we of course advertise it because we started it yesterday. And we advertise it from today. We are on Times Square. You can see a pop-up Shell service station there.
Well,
no fuel yet.
And competitors obviously make similar claims, right? Chevron has their Techron product that they analyze, they research and develop, and they also have 3 labs around the world where they research and develop these products. Now, they also work with Ferrari in the Formula One team, which is why I, automatically think of Shell, and that's also a huge part, I'm sure, of marketing expenditure for you.
Well, it is a very important technological R&D expenditure for Shell. So we've been working with Ferrari for 60 years, and one of the most important parts of this relationship is not marketing and sponsorship. It is about the lubricants and fuel development for Ferrari. Not many people know, but we take our lab to every single race around the world. Our technicians, our scientists are with Ferrari and evaluating and analyzing the fuel consumption during the race, during the training. Why is it important? Because we take it from the track to the road. These kind of things what our scientists are learning, and all this development that we have now with Shell V-Power Nitro Plus premium gasoline, we learn from the track and trying to make sure that our customers can get the benefit as well.
All right, Istvan, we're going to leave it here. Thank you so much, Istvan Kapitany of Shell Oil, and also, of course, to Matt Miller, our guru here on autos.